Steve1 DPX here. It's been a while since I made a video like this, but the State of Play just happened, the PlayStation State of Play, and there seems to be some presentations happening this month because an E3 is not happening. So we got this, we got, you know, Xbox's Game Showcase later this month, stuff like that. So should be interesting. I guess instead of, you know, my usual E3 coverage, since E3's not happening, I guess I'll do videos like this if I remember to and if I feel like it. Also, there's not really gonna be a video this week. I have a solo missions in the work, but I'm putting a little more effort into this one, so you know, I'm taking a different route with the production of those videos for now on, and this is sort of like testing the waters, if you know what I mean. So I guess I'll have this for a video this week, if you know what I mean. So it's my thoughts on the PlayStation State of Play from June 2nd, 2022. This just happened, like, less than an hour ago at the time of me recording this. So yeah, you know, I felt like this one I was very interested in. As you can see, I'm doing a video about it because I kind of planned to do this one in advance, and because I thought we can get some very interesting stuff. And we did. No first-party stuff, which I thought was very, very strange. You know, because like we have God of War Ragnarok supposed to come out this year, and it's still, like, we don't have a release date, and I'm getting a little worried it's gonna get pushed to next year because, like, I don't know, I think it would be good for it to come out this year, because the last 4 months of the year, which I think it would come out in, you know, September through December, you know, they got some good games set to release in those 4 months, but nothing like, you know, earth-shattering. But God of War is, like, my most anticipated game of the year, so that should, I hope it comes out. But then again, if, like, they need more time to make the game, need more time to polish it, by all means delay it. I'm just saying, for my own, you know, being selfish, you know, I want that game this year, but I understand if it gets delayed. But what we did get, there are 3 games in particular that were announced / shown that really stood out to me. 2 of which were from Capcom, and Capcom this was Capcom's show. It started with a reveal trailer for Resident Evil 4 Remake, which, you know, I remember they leaked that 2 years ago. It was leaked / kind of announced at the same time. It was a weird situation. And I always thought Resident Evil 4 did not really need a remake, if you know what I mean, because, you know, they remade Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 to play a bit more like Resident Evil 4, and, I mean, so I don't know, I didn't really get the point in remaking Resident Evil 4, especially since that game's fantastic. It's one of the best games of all time. I never understood it, really, why they wanted to remake it, but it seems to be, like, more of a, like, all-new game. They're, you know, kind of like how Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, and also the, like, other remakes like the Final Fantasy VII remake seem to be brand new games, like, completely different, but, you know, with the same story and characters and stuff like that. They seem to be doing that. I'm not sure how much they can change the gameplay, though. But, because I'm not sure. Because, again, they remade Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 to play a lot more like like Resident Evil 4. So now you're taking Resident Evil 4 and how are you going to change that up? So I'm interested to see that, because we didn't necessarily get gameplay, but it is supposed to come out sometime next year. So I'm interested in that. The other game I want to talk about is Street Fighter 6, a game that was officially announced earlier this year. I think I heard that was supposed to be a launch title for the PS5. So this game's supposed to already be out like 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. A good thing, because that game's not going to come out till next year, and if that came out 2 years ago, oh, it would have been undercooked. But, the thing is, I'm really interested in Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter is one of my favorite franchises. In fact, I think all 3 of these games I'm about to talk about are all part of franchises that are some of my favorites. But Street Fighter is definitely one of my favorite franchises, and you know, Street Fighter V wasn't good at launch, but you know, it got better over time. I think Capcom, they seem to learn their lesson here, because like, you know, Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out and it was kind of a mess. You know, a lot of issues there. Street Fighter V, sorry, came out, a lot of issues. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out, a lot of issues. I think Capcom are learning their lesson with these fighting games, to release them on time, and or to not have stupid mechanics like the gem system in Cross Tekken. So, and there seems to be like some sort of story mode where it's like, you know, some overworld, some, I don't know about open world, but like some sort of, you know, third-person action-adventure looking thing where you fight enemies. That should be interesting. We play as Luke. They're trying to, they sort of seem to be positioning Luke as the main character here. So yeah, I'm hyped for Street Fighter 6. Might be my most anticipated game of next year, which is funny because we got a bunch of games like Spider-Man 2, Breath of the Wild 2, Starfield coming out. We got, you know, like the Knights of the Old Republic remake coming out. All of that, and Street Fighter 6 will probably be the game I'm hyped for the most. And the final game I'm going to talk about here is something that I'll cop it. I was kind of wrong. I didn't think we were going to see Final Fantasy 16 here. I really wanted to see it, and I didn't think it was completely out of the question, but I didn't really think we were going to see it. But I also didn't think we were going to get it this year, because this feels like a game that, if it was coming out this year, would have had way more build-up. Because let's be real, if it was coming out this year, then that means at the latest it would have to come out in December, of course, because that's how the year works. And I feel like we would need way more build-up, if you know what I mean, for a game like Final Fantasy 16, you know. But this game looks phenomenal. We got to see some gameplay, and it looks awesome. It's not coming out for like another year, like summer 2023, which is like possibly over a year away, you know. But, you know, take your time, Square Enix. And yeah, I am really stoked for this game, and I can't wait. But herein lies the problem with the state of play. It was very focused on, you know, PlayStation VR 2, which I know people out there are excited, but like, I don't give much of a shit about VR, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like the concept and everything, and it looks like, if at the very least, like, it looks like a funny video idea, you know, but I don't know, like, I'm not sold on it, you know. I feel like, you know, the pricing is not justified, you know, because there aren't really, like, that many big AAA releases on PSVR or on VR in general, aside from, like, Half-Life Alyx. I know they showed the Horizon game, but even then, like, I don't really care that much. Like, I love the Horizon games, but I don't really care about a VR spin-off, if you know what I mean. And as for other games, nothing really stuck out. Except there's two games that stuck out, I feel. Stray, which I've been looking forward to for a while, despite the fact that I'm allergic to cats. I think it's very interesting that we are getting a game where we're playing a cat, walking around, you know, this big world, this big city, and, you know, getting through obstacles only, like, in ways that a cat would. I think that's very interesting. And this horror game called the Callisto Protocol, I don't know how to say the name. The way I was watching this state of play was kind of weird. I was eating dinner while I didn't have the volume up all the way, so I don't know if they said the name of it. I don't know how to fucking say the name, but the Callisto Protocol looks interesting. It's coming out December 2nd, 2022, and like, I think that was announced all the way back at like the Game Awards a couple years ago. So yeah, it looks interesting, but like, that was it. Again, I'm sure, like, I look at this state of play and it's like, well, it had Final Fantasy 16 and Resident Evil 4 and Street Fighter 6, so it's all good. But I mean, again, God of War, which I get, this was more focused on third parties, but if God of War is coming out this year, we need to see more of it, like, soon, you know? We need to know the release date. Other stuff like, I don't know, not Street Fighter, the TMNT game Shredder's Revenge is apparently right around the corner. There's a leak that said it was coming in June, on June 16th, which is like a couple weeks away. And like, if that is the case, like, why not slip it in here, you know? If it does come out on that date, which it still very well could. I remember Streets of Rage 4 when that came out, they kind of dropped the release date like 2 weeks before it actually ended up coming out. I remember that, and I remember, yeah, and this is from the same company, that, so it's possible that they're gonna do that, but like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, you got a lot more people watching because it's PlayStation than if it was just a little release date trailer. Why not get people, you know, you get more eyes on it if it's on here. Another thing is the TMNT Cowabunga collection. That's supposed to come out this year, and it's a collection. I don't know why that's taking a while to even have a release date. But whatever, maybe like I might be underestimating some things that go on behind the scenes. Another game, Little Devil Inside. I don't know where that game is, but and Hogwarts Legacy still doesn't have a release date, although we did get you know, some info on that not too long ago, so I get that. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the state of play. I thought it was a decent state of play, if not just for, you know, the 3 major games that were there. And that's those 3 games. Let's be real; those 3 games are going to be the only thing people take from this, and it could have just been those 3 games, nothing else, and I would have been fine. So I'm fine with this. I'm just, I don't know, PlayStation. The rest of their 2023 or 2022, my bad. Without God of War, or aside from God of War, I guess, is looking pretty sparse, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. The question is, what do you guys think about this one, this state of play? It's the first state of play I really covered, unless you count those 2 PlayStation showcases. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. This was sort of a random video. I don't make videos like this too often. Maybe I'll do more of these this month with the gaming presentations that are set to happen instead of E3. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.